Alright, so this is going to be the build that I use for this video, and I'm making this to kind of show demons how to play against split pushes, which I understand some people struggle against and don't like and don't really know how to counter it or what to do. So a lot of decisions are going to be made in this game pretty early on. Basically, as soon as I find them, there's non-stop action and decisions that need to be made, and I'm going to be basically just go through everything I do, and these guys are pretty decent. So here's the game. So here we go. Finally I find someone. Took a while because I went all the way down to cemetery and they weren't there. So find Henry, start the normal harass, make sure I get my energy up, and I'm going to just grab this guy instead of summoning a portal. Okay, usual right attacking the second ability. Sometimes I'll do that, which is use your first ability instead of the second one, because your energy, because it just is cheaper in terms of energy, and it also gives them light. Here he shouldn't be able to get into the car unless he uses his ability, but I'm pretty sure technically if you have a basic on them, you can just keep light attacking them, and if you don't make any mistakes, they'll never get in the car. I am not 100% sure about that, but either way, he gets in a car, and you don't want to waste time chasing him. Plus, I know where his team is. I basically checked everywhere else, so I know they're at the castle. So, decently fast two pieces. Also, they don't have, you know, a support, which should be pretty bad for them, but they do pretty alright. So let's see how much I get done here. Yeah, I like to alternate with that first ability in between heavy attacks because it does, you know, cost less than if you were to keep using the second ability. Plus, of course, if other people are around, it'll hit them. So he handles that just fine. I see that Henry is in the direction of the docks though, and that's a big problem. I didn't even notice when they got the third piece, but, well, I didn't notice right now. In the game I definitely noticed, but that's why I'm going back right now. I can't fool around with those guys, because if Henry starts this, that's a big problem. So I have to come here, and I have to, because I know he went this direction, I have to assume that he can start it soon. Because I know those other guys are not going to start the dagger. And that's the next phase, right? So you have to sacrifice looting or harassing those three right now, because if Henry starts this up, he'll just complete it if you don't leave and come harass. So here I am to keep Henry busy. In this instance, he didn't start it. And he also knows how to use the vault really well. So the thing is, you can't vault with evil units unless you're already sprinting. So it's a little easier to, it's, you know, clearly easier to do it as survivor. You can just walk up to them and dodge like he's doing right here, and while I'm in the attack animation, you can't cancel that with a vault. So you can chase for a while, but at some point you're going to need to attack, and when you attack is when they vault. So you can technically just keep somebody busy forever. But anyways, now they start a dagger. So even though I can harass Henry all day, he can basically do that all day and just waste my time. So you have to come to dagger. You have to come to the whatever objective starts, which is this in this case. And the best thing I can do is, I mean, you know, do as much damage as you can. If Henry comes here, it'll be good, but Henry probably thinks it's a better idea to split push, which he could probably get away with, because he knows I'm going to be here for the rest of this objective. Here I try hitting them with the cars a little bit. It does decent damage. Plus it'll just make their car not drivable. But otherwise, standard aggression stuff. Throw out your pot, throw out your elites, make sure you're hitting your heavy attacks and your abilities, going after people that you can get some guaranteed damage on. This is dead, unpossess it, no need to waste time. I could have probably waited a little bit before I possessed that to get some more energy, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't actually like possessing when I have low energy there. If I were to do this again, I would have waited a little bit there so I got more energy to get more spin out. And then I'm low on energy, no point in staying on it. Even though I had a lot of health, there's no point in staying on it. You use up all your energy, so just unpossess and get something else and keep going. Elites are extremely good for getting your energy back. Hey Fury, take notes. This is exactly what you were asking for, right? Split push. What do you do about it? Oh my god. That's not the solution. So that was me talking to this guy in chat who who said that what I'm doing here is not the solution to dealing with survivors that split push. So basically what I said to do is you go after the first objective that goes up. So that's why I was going after Henry, because I thought he was going to throw that objective up. He did it, and as soon as I noticed that the other objective went up, I went there, which was right there. And the best you can do is just do as much damage as you can. And you have to just let the other person solo the objective, which is what I did right here. Just had to let Henry get about half of it done. And then you just do your best to get this guy's fear up so you can possess him. If they're possessed, even if they're standing on point, it doesn't count because you have control of them. So that's the number one thing. Try to get their fear up. I mean, you don't really do that with this class, but if you do notice that their fear is something that you're high enough to possess, just possess them. In this case, I can't. And he uses the car really well. So I thought, okay, I can hit him with the car. But this rock makes it so that I'll never be able to hit him with the car. So I just get out of that immediately. I had Boss. I feel like I could chase him pretty well with Boss. I can at least use my grab on him, which is it's just some guaranteed damage and blight. So that's what I do right here. And then I just do whatever I can. Throw out my abilities. His team is already here. Very good on them. Henry uses his ability so he can use his Shems. And everybody's here. Boss is out of energy. It's useless at this point. I use one more Scream, unpossess. Many people will tell you Boss is good. Don't believe the hype. Especially if Boss dies. Like, it's pointless. Just unpossess and go back to your other units that actually do damage. And cause a lot more pressure. So, Elite. So, something to note about Elites. Before you die with them, you don't want to use all your energy. So, that was probably not a good example, but I think towards the end here, you'll see what I'm talking about. You don't always just want to keep using your abilities. You want to make it so that when you're gonna die, or depossess because you got your balance bar broken, make sure you have enough energy to just go right into the next step, right into the next possession with full energy. So they did pretty well. I think I was level 16 or 17 for this Dark Ones here. Surprisingly, they're doing much better than I thought for no healer. I think I've gotten maybe none of them down, right? I don't think I've gotten any of them down yet. So good on them. I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do here. I thought I can probably grab this car and run this guy over a little bit, but it's clear that he's not going to let me do that. He's taking his time. He's not wasting his dodges. So he knows what to do. I determined that's not a good idea. It's just a waste of time. Plus, Henry's already headed to the Dark Ones, and that's a much higher priority. So I gotta go there. I don't want him to just drain it for free. Not sure where the other guys are. Most likely looting, but that's fine. I have to come here. If I pressure the other people, Henry could easily just start getting this thing down to the last bar. In this case, he's not, but you have to assume that. And I immediately see that he's running, and that this guy is going to Dark One, so the next decision is very easy. Don't waste time on Henry. Go to this guy. Check if he had ammo, or if he had his gun. I didn't notice that he either dropped it or just didn't have one. So there's no point in keeping him possessed. Basic stuff, grab the unit. Since I missed there with my second ability, I immediately dodge after. It's a good way to keep that momentum even if you miss. And just kind of basic stuff. I don't want to use all my energy. That's why I'm not using my abilities here. So I'm just kind of keep attacking. I see Henry's doing that objective, but nobody's helping this guy. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I can probably just kill this guy. I mess up twice just now. So that could have been done much better. I could have probably killed that guy. He was close to the cabin, but I could have 100% done better at pressuring that guy. But either way, I do need to come back to Henry. They've gotten 1 bar down, and it's getting very close to me having to decide between killing the survivors or killing the book. Right now, my game plan is still kill the survivors. Spin misses. I think I tried 2 spins. That was very not well done. The ammo is not going to do much, but it'll at least stun them, and I'm hoping that the other skeleton can hit them while they're stunned. So nothing else to do there. I don't want to waste any time. It looks like most of them are gathering here. I think I see 2 or 3 of them. 1 more is headed here. Okay, so 2 of them are here. Quite a bit of time. It looks like Scotty is fully set. Hunter Ash is full health. Or Warrior Ash. Hunter Ash is not doing too well. But otherwise, the other 3 look decently healthy. And we're almost down to the last bar. There we go, last bar. See what I get done with this. Hit once, hit twice. Twice, my energy is running low. And I guess I got hit. So, not too much done there. But usually I do want to possess the survivors during this so that you can immediately take away the damage from the Dark Ones and then pressure somebody else, right? See how much I get done here. Hit a couple times only, not much. Alright, and here it's clear to me they're getting to the Dark Ones. I have to abandon attacking them. No more attacking them, just prepare for Dark Ones. A little late even, as you can see my Infernal Energy isn't maxed, but same game plan. I'm gonna drop pot. I'm a little late to start. It's already 2-3 seconds before I hit the book, but I mean, you know, 2-3 seconds is significant. So there was a little bit of a flub on my end. I needed to have stopped aggroing on them earlier and made sure I had full energy for the book. Now look, I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna unpossess immediately when my Maltar is broken, but I kept my high energy. I didn't just spam my abilities. And that's important. You wanna leave the possessed unit with some infinite energy. With the basics you can't do that because you're draining all the energy with your spin, but that's also why I go for 1 extra attack, as you see, sometimes 2, so that I can get a little bit more infernal energy before I unpossess. But otherwise, same deal. Sometimes I'll even... Okay, there I didn't. I was gonna say sometimes just keep heavy attacking to get infernal energy, but at about halfway that's good enough. I recovered almost all in between the time of depossessing that elite and possessing this basic, so that was good. And you keep going from one unit to another. If there are strays, definitely pick those up over dropping in portal. Don't need to use my dash yet still. Doing pretty okay on time. Immediately unpossess. No portals, but I got that stray. Portal. I dropped pot, and then I got another stray, and that was enough. I think it was about like anything is a solution against the bad team. I agree. Still the butthurt over here. That's me talking to. So I hope you took notes on how to beat split push. I might upload that one to YouTube, so you can. So it's on YouTube. It'll be easier for you to find. Oh, that was a nice little 50th win, also. Good stuff. It was. So there's how you beat split push. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That was actually much harder than I thought it would be because they didn't have a healer. I thought that were gonna be I thought that was gonna be much easier, but they were decent. They were pretty good. Henry was definitely good. He knew what to do. There's not much you can do about the vaulting. It's pretty dumb how you gotta sprint before you vault. So they can kind of trip you up with their movement. So he had pretty good movement. Other than that, they all played pretty well. But yeah, that's how you win. All right. I know, right? Oh, did you see that? That's the video. That was a